Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be continue working on my planner project, and in particular I'm actually going to be setting up the project file today and including a package into the project, um, just so that it's set up and ready to go. But I'll jump to that now. So first thing to do is navigate to your file where you've got your Git set up, and you're going to double click on your solution file. So that's going to be the one that ends in .sln. In my case, that's personalplanner.sln. So this will open up the solution that we created in the last video. So as you can see, there are no projects. So Visual Studio, really easy way of doing of adding a project. You just right click on the solution, click add, and then new project. So there's a whole host of different project cuts that you do, but I'm going to be going with a nice and easy WPF.NET framework. So there is a nice way of doing that, and you can just search in WPF, and there we go. It's the first one, WPF.NET framework. I'm not sure of the difference between .NET Framework and .NET Core, but I think .NET Framework just includes some more libraries and stuff for you to work with, so you don't have to add them all yourself. Um, it's the one that I always go with, so I click on Next. You're going to call it whatever you want it to be called, so Personal Planner in my case. Don't need to mess with this because you want it to be you want it to create the project folder within your root directory or your master directory, and then you're going to use the latest .NET framework, and then click create. So that's just going to be using the latest version of the .NET framework. So as you open it, you see this page. So this has just got a window that is already set up with some basic information, a grid for you to start laying controls into. So controls being like your buttons, your texts. Um, it's just a layout manager. But more on that shortly. In fact, no, more on that on the next video, I'm assuming. Right, so if you look down the right here, you'll see there's loads of junk. You've got properties, so that's got your settings, your resources. Um, I don't often go into that on through here. I go through Visual Studio. You've got references, so that will have all the references to all of the things that you're going to be accessing through your code. So if you had other um, like .dll files that contain loads of code that you'd already been working on or that someone else has been working on, and you just wanted to bring them in, you would just copy them um, into your folder, and then you would add them as a reference. I may be doing that at some point during this project, but we'll see. So for the time being, I can close that. You've also got app.conf. So that just describes the configuration of your application. App.xaml. So that's one we're actually going to be using this one today. So I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And then main window.xaml, which is what this was. So because this window, these XAML files have also got code associated with them. So app.xaml has code associated, and so does this. So this is just a class that allows you to add event handlers to basically to get your visual stuff to do things. Like, so when you click a button, you'll say, when you click, do this. Yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a package. So that'll actually be another reference. So it will then reference it and you'll see it pop up in here. So I'm going to click to project, manage NuGet packages. So NuGet allows you just to get packages from the internet. They're all, as far as I'm aware, open source, but they're all sourced from NuGet. So whatever you can get from NuGet, you can get on here. So I am going to looking for the material design package. There we go. Material design themes. So I'm going to just click install using the latest stable version 3.1.0. And there we go. It's done. So if I click on references, you can see that it is 2 packages here. So that's the one that I installed, and then this is a dependency. So this uses this, so therefore it just did it for me anyway when it needed the NuGet package. So as you can see, I've got both of them installed. I can close that up now and also hide that. Now the next thing to do is to make use of. So just adding that in is going to do absolutely nothing. It's not going to change the behaviors of your application at all without doing a little bit of groundwork in this file here. And then they can be implemented wherever I want. So what I'm going to do is I've already written some code just so I wouldn't have to do it while you guys or try and work it out again while I'm recording, just because I've never actually used this before. So let's be learn this together, I suppose. So I'm going to copy the code and then I'm going to explain it to the best of my ability. So let's run through what's going on. So application. So this and the associated class, it's a class that uses the application class to basically allow you to access everything. So there is even more code behind this, but it's designer code. You don't have to be able to do anything with it. But it's just important to know that it's there and that you can add your own code that you can access from anywhere within the application. So from any of the windows, any of the other classes, and you could do stuff with it. So I will be using that at a later point, so you get a better explanation when I get there. So I can close the code behind. This is the bit we're interested in for now. So we've got this reference here. So this is just going to be referencing, but it'll allow me to access stuff from the schema. So the schema being allow me to do this kind of stuff. So inside of here, we've got resources that are associated to the application. Within that, we've got a resource dictionary, and within that, we've got a merge dictionary. So basically, you've got your resources, they can be accessed from wherever. You've got a resource dictionary, which is a bundle of resources that you can access, and they've got keys so you can access them. You've then got merged dictionaries. So that allows you to put multiple dictionaries into one dictionary, basically. Because sometimes you know you're sourcing them from somewhere else, or you're referencing them from a file, which is what you do for adding styles. So I've got this here. So this is a bundled theme. So this is something that comes from Material Design, which is why we reference that out there. So we've got a base theme. So that could be light or dark. In my case, I'm going for a dark theme because, as you can probably tell from like my Explorer and my IDE, I like me a dark theme. I'm going to go for a grey primary colour, just because I like the plain, quite easy on the eye look. And for a secondary colour, I'm going for red, just because I feel that contrasts nicely with the dark greys really well. Next up, we've got this line here. So this is just going to allow us to include all the standard resources that come with this WPF, material designs.wpf. So that's allow me to access specific things to WPF. So that will be, to material design. So that will be things like styles. There are specifically designed controls that come from material design. They're wonderful. So that's what that is there. And then we just close all them off. They're all just closed tags. Just because that's how you write with them. Right, so now that I've got that included, that's it. All of this set up. So now what I need to do is there's nothing else that I need to do in here. Although I will just, so I don't have to forget about it in the future, just include um, the package inside my main code right now, just so that at a later point, at a later time, I don't have to go, why is this not working? And it's there. So that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Didn't get loads done, but I'm trying to do this as small chunks as possible. Because otherwise, if I did it all in one go, it's going to be hour-long videos, and it's going to get nuts. So before we go, if you'd like to just like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to keep up to date with any new uploads, then feel free to do so. And if not, that's all good. So until next time, I'll see you guys.